Let's see. Hey y'all, hey. What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Y'all know the drill. Invite, invite, invite. Share, share, share. All of that good stuff. It is a weekday night, so y'all know I'm not finna be before you too long at all. Okay, I'm not finna be before you too long at all, at all, my children. So share, share, share. Invite, invite, invite. We got a lot to talk about. There's been a lot going on in the markets today, honey. There's going to be a lot going on in the markets tomorrow. Several of you guys have been DMing me and messaging me, wondering what needs to be going down. So y'all give me housekeeping, so we can handle that, and then we can go ahead and get into the conversation. And y'all know we'll go through the information, and then we'll do a Q&A the way we always do. Y'all do me a favor, invite, 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 share, share, share. Let's do a tap goal of 50K in these streets tonight. If you guys don't know me, my name is Ashley. I'm a public speaker. I'm an award-winning luxury event designer. Most importantly, I'm a business builder. If you're in here and if I've helped you make money, drop the money bags, the dollar signs, the credit card emojis, drop the euro, the yen, the dinero, whatever makes you feel good down in your Shana now, okay? If you need a couple more coins in your Shana now, you are in the right place. We're going to be talking about the market crashes today. I'm going to try and explain the carry trade to you guys, hopefully in a way that you can understand. And more specifically, we're going to talk about how these things are going to impact you day to day in your everyday life, day to day in your wallet, day to day in your pocketbook. Okay. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Also, while you guys are coming into the room, very important pieces of housekeeping. If you're coming into my small account, big brand boot camp, tonight is the last night to get in before the price doubles. You have until 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tonight, you said I'm your business advisor better than Bloomberg. Thank you kindly. I've heard that quite often. I appreciate that. Y'all know what happened today. I started telling you guys last year, I said, wait until we get towards the end of 2024. I told y'all, people came in, oh, you're trying to fearmonger people. I'm not fearmongering anybody. I try to make sure that my people in the kingdom are prepared, baby. It is sink or swim time, and it is time for us to swim. Okay? That's what it is. That's what it is. Thank you, everybody who's dropping the money bags and the dollar signs and the credit card emojis right now. I appreciate you guys greatly. Okay? Y'all please make sure y'all are spamming my screen with like little gifts and badges and all of that stuff. Oh, we're probably gonna have to do it tomorrow. Before I woke up to the markets crashing this morning, I had totally different content planned for tonight. But you know, what happens is what happens. Now, again, any of you guys, I did plan on doing a Q&A for the small account big brands boot camp when we get done talking about money stuff. If y'all want to ask me questions about that, let me know. I'll end this stream and we'll come back and we'll do a Q&A session for like 20 or 30 minutes for any of you guys trying to decide if you're coming to the boot camp. Also, today starts the day for the Secure the Bag customer appreciation event. So any of you guys who are purchasing from today in between the 18th, you automatically go into a registry for a Chanel bag, because a lot of you guys told me you would love to own a luxury bag. And so I was like, well, this is a cool way to be able to do this with the audience. If y'all click the link in the bio, tap the first button, you'll see all the details. But basically, as the collective, as you guys purchase products and services during the next couple of weeks, it will unlock new bags. You will secure new bags. So we'll start off with Brahmin. We go to Gucci. We'll go to Balenciaga. Then we'll go to Dior. And finally, the upper echelon, Chanel. All right. So, yeah. And if y'all want to talk about that, let me know. And we can talk about that when we come back. But right now, we got to get to this Mignon. Now, if you know someone who is in business, starting a business, if you know someone who needs an additional, well, thank you. If you know someone that needs a little bit of an additional revenue stream, if you need someone that just needs to understand what is currently happening in the world affairs, invite them right now, okay? This is a safe space. If you have never been here, no one's going to make fun of you if you don't know what something means, if you don't know a term or a word ask it. If you don't know what a concept means, ask it. This is the reason I do these streams. And if you're wondering what makes me qualified to talk about this stuff, I've been a small business owner successfully myself for 19 years. I started with $125 and a laptop. On top of that, I actually happen to have a bachelor's degree in finance. So this stuff is my jam. Okay. This is my moment to shine. Here we are. Let's go. All right. So how many of you guys are a little stressed out after you've been hearing all over the news and all, hey Charles, all over the news and all over social media today that the markets are crashing, the world is ending, get prepared, you know what I mean? Go run and cry and get your holy oil, right? I've seen pretty much anytime I've opened my phone today, there's been something about the market. Something about the market, something about the market. Well, the rumors are true. Now, not that the world is ending, because things are going to rebound, but I'm not finna sit here and lie to y'all and tell y'all that it's not finna be a rough next few months, okay? You say you're not stressed out, you're excited. It is an exciting time, but it's also a stressful time for people as well. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, the market is crashing, you know, because you have all of these multimillionaires and billionaires in the States that they were selling their stocks. Not really. Okay. So let me explain to you why people like that sell stocks right now. This is the game. Y'all know they say you buy low, sell high. That's literally what they've done. They know over the next few weeks that the market, like the prices are going to get lower and lower and lower and lower. We're in something right now that's called a liquidity squeeze. Okay. So if you turn on the TV or if you're reading a magazine and you hear someone talking about a liquidity squeeze, it basically means that we have a lot of investors, foreign investors in the market. And this is where we talk about there's a global society, and a lot of people don't really understand how what happens in another country directly impacts you in your country. We're like living through a real life example right now. Okay. So there's a lot of foreign investors who've been purchasing margin loans and they've been purchasing bonds here in the US. And I'm going to break this down because all of this gets into this carry trade that you guys are hearing about. So basically, there was a call on their money. Okay. And so because there was a call on their money, it means that their banks and their lenders force them to sell their assets. So this means they have to sell at whatever price. This then creates more pressure in the market, not just in the US, y'all. The markets are down all over the world. Okay. They are down all across Europe. Okay. So I'm talking about Germany, Britain, you know what I'm saying? France, the markets are down everywhere. This is a whole crash of all of the global markets. This is not just here in the US. Understand this. So this forces more people to sell their assets. Okay. So because the banks are like, run me my money, run me my peas. You understand what I'm saying? Run it back. Right now, I know y'all are like, how did they even get into that situation in the first place? So let's take it a little step by step so you guys can understand. Okay. So the whole world pretty much has been experiencing inflation, right? Over the past like year and a half or two. We're all in agreement with that, except for Japan. Japan hasn't really been experiencing any inflation since the 90s. Okay, they were actually going through stagflation and their money continued to devalue year after year after year after year after year. The Japanese currency is called the yen. Okay. And it's going to make sense to why all of a sudden the Dow dropped. I think the Dow closed at like 2.5%. I have some screen grabs that we'll put up over here on TikTok, kind of once we get the general understanding, and then it'll make sense when you guys are looking at the different graphs and the charts that I have to share with you guys today. Okay. So anyway, this is how we get up, and the Dow is dropped down over 1,000 points, and NASDAQ is down 3.6%, and the S&P 500 is down 3.1%, and the largest bank in Japan crashed. It dropped. Their market is called the Nikkei. It dropped down to 12%. And basically it bottomed out. There was no more trading. Like it plummeted. Okay. South Korea, they were like, wait. There's not going to be any selling today. Okay. This is why some of you guys, when you were getting on your apps that are made for consumers to trade, why they were tech issues today, No, baby. If they can try and cover it up, allegedly under a tech issue, it was not that. Y'all really think all of them had tech issues at one time? Blink, blink, blink. Think about it. Okay. Okay. Understand. Okay. So anyway, so you have the combination of all of that. Then also last week, there was this jobs report that came out. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with the jobs report, but it's a pretty big deal. Okay. Now, the jobs report said that our economy generated 114,000 new jobs. That sounds great, but it's really not, because they really were aiming to create at least 179,000 new jobs. Okay. But that didn't happen. And they had actually pared back to get to the 179. And then the majority of the jobs are government jobs that people picked up. So this is really bad because it means you don't have more small business owners hiring the public. And I've told you guys that before, that about 80% of the United States population is employed by small business owners. Okay. Everybody tracking? So you got the poor jobs report that came out. They also are claiming that there's a little bit of instability in the market because of our presidential election here in the US, which that's true. That happens during every election, though. Every election, that's a normal thing. Okay. Then you have, which we're about to get into, the yen increasing their interest rates, which has causes big melee in all of the markets. Then on top of that, it is rumored, they say this could happen within the next 24 hours. They're expecting a pretty serious attack on Israel from Iran. And they are even saying that they're telling the people that are living in Israel to make sure, like, they need to be prepared to not have power, to not have electricity and things like that for days. Okay. Real talk. Go look up everything I'm saying. Y'all make sure y'all tapping my screen, because anytime I get to talking about financial stuff, y'all already know the powers that be will come and zoom my stream down. So y'all make sure y'all are tapping my screen. Give me up tonight. Okay. Y'all love for me to talk about this kind of stuff. Help me help you so my platform can stay up. And y'all make sure y'all are working these comment sections. Okay. And share. I need to see gifts are going. Okay. I need to see badges are going. Okay. We need to see I better see constant flow of hearts everywhere. Thank you, Penthouse. Thank you so much. They don't have to be big gifts, y'all. They just need to keep going to help me protect my stream, okay? All right. So you got all of this combined at one time. So I need you guys to understand that some of the things that people are putting out here that they're saying are not true. Now, reason that these huge banks in Japan are crashing is because of it's really weird how it all works. But basically, whenever they did a call on these loans and they were like, run me my money, well, guess what? The borrowers defaulted. And if a borrower defaults, anybody in here ever defaulted on a loan? I'm the only person. Baby, I ain't always had it all, okay? And baby, back in the day, y'all already know I was trying to make something shake. For those of you that don't know, I started my business with $125 in a laptop, okay? So I was not a person who was born with a silver spoon. I had to bootstrap, all right? We had to make the math, and you know what I mean? We got rice and beans this night, and we passing this over there. So typically what happens when you default on a loan? Okay, either you go borrow more money so you can cover the loan that they're calling right now, or these large corporations and companies file for bankruptcy. So literally, the Japanese banks have called on their loans. And y'all, I need y'all to understand how big the bank is. It's like the equivalent of, okay, if we woke up here in the States and we found out that JP Morgan and Chase was out of business, everybody would be like, ooh, right? Everybody would be like, oh my God, you right? That's the equivalent of what has happened. The two largest banks in Japan crashed. Okay. I hope this is helping y'all track and put it together. Okay. So let's talk about how they crashed. So remember I told y'all that Japan, everybody else in the world was experiencing inflation, but not Japan. The yen was losing value. Okay. So if I'm in Japan, or even if I'm outside of Japan, that means I can get a loan in Japan. The cost of money is cheap. This is what introduces the carry trade, which looks very advantageous to people. YouTube, Facebook, make sure y'all are actually liking. Y'all know, like. You got to do more and tap over there in YouTube and Facebook land. Actually like. Thank you very much. Y'all, please don't make me have to stop tonight to keep reminding y'all to tap the screen and like and share and all of that. You know, we want to be able to keep on going. Okay. We want to be able to keep on rolling tonight. We want to be able to keep on rolling. Okay. So this is the carry trade. So when you hear people talking about the carry trade, it's basically because there are interest rates that are higher in other countries and that there were interest rates that were lower in Japan. So it made it advantageous to go and borrow money in Japan. So for instance, in the States, let's say an interest rate, baby, thank you for the badge. So let's say, for example, in the States, you have an interest rate that's at 3.7% on a US Treasury. And in Japan, you have a US Treasury, and that US Treasury is like at 0.083%. Now, let's let the math. We all know, okay, at the end of the day, which one is going to earn you more money if you're buying a Treasury? Of course, the Treasury with the higher interest rate is going to earn you more money, correct? Everybody else knows this too. Now, when you have to pay money back, though, you want the lowest interest rate, correct? When we're earning money, when our money is making money, we want the highest return. We want the highest interest rate. But when we got to pay that thing back, we want it to be as low as possible. This is common knowledge with currency all over the world. So what happened is people said, well, I can get money really, really cheap in Japan. To the point, y'all, Japan's dollar had lost so much value, their interest rates were negative. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Okay, this is what was happening. Real life. Their interest rates were negative. So people were going into Japan, and people that lived in Japan, they were like, hey, player, let me get some of these yens. Okay. And then they would take their yens and they would sell them and they would buy US dollars, and then they would come over to the US, and not just the US. They were investing in Germany. They were investing in Britain. Okay. They were investing in Switzerland. They were investing all over the place. Thank you for the badge, Simply Beautiful 40. Thank you, my love. Right? They would invest. So we're just gonna focus on the US right now because we live in the US. So they took the yens, they sold the yens, they bought US dollars, they came over here and they said, hey, give me some of them US treasuries, right? So think about it. It really makes sense. It's a great opportunity because now you only have to pay back money at like 0.083%, not even 1 percentage point of what you're borrowing. And then your money is over here stacked up against the US and you're earning 3% or 4%. And y'all know recently, like even if you had money in a money market here in the States, it was like 5%. It's been insane. Okay, it's been insane. But this is what was happening. Okay, so when people talk about the carry trade, this is basically people taking out loans in another currency where the interest rate is lower, and then your asset, okay, your foreign asset is making a good, healthy amount of interest, enough so you are up. Okay, so not only when you go to pay back that loan, okay, that you took out with the yen, not only did you, baby, you'd have made some money, you got some extra money in the spread in your pocket. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So now, right now is very easy to conceptualize this when you think about somebody doing it with $100 or $1,000 or $10,000. But these are major investors. So this means that they were doing hundreds of millions of dollars at a time. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? They estimate that the carry trade held that the Japanese investors held somewhere around 10% of US treasuries. Now, I'm not sure about that. That's just the estimate that I've heard. I have to go and do some digging to find out what the actual number and what the actual range is. But the sources that I've heard it from, they're pretty reliable financial guys too. They're very, very smart. They're brilliant. And so I'm pretty sure it's going to be accurate once I go and look it up. Everybody, make sure y'all are tapping the screen, tapping that screen, tapping that screen, share, 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 invite, invite, invite. Send a give me up, give me up. Y'all know whenever we talking about money stuff, they like to come and banana me. You say you picking it up, good, 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 good. Pepper yourself. Thank you for the badge, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so now all of a sudden, before we get into the raise, so in the stock market, there's these things you can get. They're called margin loans. Okay, so margin loans. Okay, so margin loans. Hold on, y'all. I don't have time for this. Miss Cheryl, we have Q&A and you can come up whenever you want to, but honestly, I'm looking at your comments. They're very disruptive right now to the chat. If you want to discuss when it's open for Q&A, you can, or if you disagree with me, then you go ahead and leave and you open up your own live. But the things that you're saying right now are untrue. Literally, everybody can go and look and see what the S&P 500 closed at today. Everybody can go and look and see what the NASDAQ closed at today. Everybody can go and look and see what the Dow dropped to and what it closed at today. Everybody can go and look at the VIX and see it was up by 36%. It was up by 52% this morning. It rose over 122% in a day and a half. You can look at the chart and you can see every time that it went up, we've had an economic crisis in the United States. You can go and pull the repo reports and see that they're up. You can go and see, you can ask anybody in real estate. They will tell you that now all of a sudden these buildings and these apartments that they're sitting empty right now. You can go and see that all of a sudden there's inventory on the market when it comes to homes. You can go, exactly. Thank you, DJ Medi already. You can see anybody that's investing in crypto. All crypto is down. Bitcoin and the altcoins is all down today. Gold is up though. Gold is up by 11%. But you can see. So we're not speaking theory. We're talking about what is. Child, it's out. This is my thing I don't understand. My track record is so impeccable. Okay. I'm far from Jesus. I'm not that. But God has definitely gifted me when it comes to business, when it comes to economy, when it comes right to business. And so when it comes to this type of stuff, I know what the crap I'm talking about. And for years, I've been putting y'all on and telling you this is what, I would encourage you to do in this situation so you can be in the position to take advantage of it. So all I do on my side of the internet is I try and help people get a bag, and I try and help people understand what is going on, because I know for a fact a lot of times whenever people are looking at these reports, right? For a lot of y'all, it's like reading Japanese because you don't understand. I know for a fact that a lot of you guys, when you're hearing this stuff on the news or you're hearing people having these conversations, they're not taking the time to break this down and explain it to y'all so that way y'all understand. But you have to understand because this is the world that you live in, so that way you can make the proper decisions for yourself and for your family. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay, that's all I'm trying to do out here in these streets. Okay, I'm just a Black woman trying to put everybody else on. I'm trying to help myself and help y'all at the same dang time. Okay, that's all we trying to do. So y'all keep helping me, baby. Y'all tap that screen. Okay, and y'all send these little gifts and these badges, and we good to go. And like I said, even if somebody got an opposing opinion and all that stuff, just keep it to yourself until it's Q&A time. After that, baby, send the request queue in and come up on the stream, and honey, we can talk about it. Okay, whatever questions y'all got, we can talk about it. But y'all know I do not open my mouth unless I know what I'm talking about. That's how come y'all haven't seen me have to recant anything. Okay, now what's I talking about? Oh, margin loans. Okay, so some of you guys do not trade in the stock market, so you don't know what a margin is. But a margin loan is a common practice, and it basically means you only have to put 50% down here in the States. Okay, so let's say, okay, I have a Samsung phone. Let's say I wanted to buy some stock in Samsung. I'm an investor. I got a bunch of yen in my pocket. I'm trying to get these interest rates. Now, y'all know the stock market in the US, what does it do? It has an average of 8% returns. Now, imagine getting an 8% return on money that you spent 0.83% to get. Your interest rate isn't even 1% on the money, but you can pull off an 8% return. So this is also outside of treasuries, while a lot of them were purchasing stock. So let's say I'm going to get some Samsung stock because I love my Samsung. Okay. And I get a margin loan. So a margin loan means I only have to put 50% down. Okay. That's all it means. I only got to put 50% down. So let's say just for the sake of math, we're just going to use 1,000 for the number, just to make it easy to stick in people's brains. So let's say I went and I took out a loan with my yen for 1,000. And then I'm like, boop, I'm going to put it in the Samsung stock. I'm going to put it in a dip. It's a dip, baby. I'm going to put it in the dip. Okay. And because I'm doing a margin loan and I only need 50% down, if I put my 1,000 in, that really means that I can buy $2,000 in Samsung stock. Can anybody see how we can start to get a problem? Okay. Now, if the yen is performing the way it historically has performed, which it continued to decline, ain't no thing. However, last week, Japan raised up interest rates. They were like, hey, we figured something out, baby. We stabilized it. We going up. Okay, we coming up. Well, the problem is, all of a sudden, when the interest rates went up, what does that mean? Now that means that, sorry, I was turning off my battle request. Now that means that whenever you have to pay money back, it costs you more to pay it back now. Then, because it costs you more to pay it back, right? And we have people that are being forced to sell, or these companies that are being forced to sell. And then that puts more pressure on the market to sell. So that means that the values of the stocks are doing what? And remember, you didn't buy 1,000, you bought 2,000, but you bought your $2,000 worth of stock with your $1,000 loan in yen, which before you would have had that 1,000 and only had to pay 800 back, but now you got to pay 1,100 back, but you took an L. And then the bank was like, well, we know what you did with the money, and you're at the margin because you only have $300 in equity left now. Now we got a problem. And this is what has happened on a global scale. And also, on top of the individual investors and the corporate investors, guess who else was over here investing in our money? The bank. Because I've told you guys this several times, that the banks take our money and they make other loans and investments on our money. This happens every day and every night. That makes sense to everybody. That makes sense to everybody, because this is literally what has happened. Okay. So this is why y'all woke up and everybody's like, oh my God, the market's crashed. Okay. So you have these huge investors that they borrowed money. The money they borrowed was in yen, which made sense because the interest rate was low, and they came and they put it into foreign markets. Okay. Which U.S. is a foreign market for people in Japan, because they were able to get higher interest rates on it. Okay. Usually the yen follows the same pattern. It decreases. But this time that sucker went up. So now let's say before, if it was like 150 yen was the equivalent of $1 US. Well, now it's like 143 yen is $1 US. Or I think when I looked it up, the conversion was like 92 cents this morning or something like that. So basically your money that was cheap ain't as cheap as it was. And now you're being forced to sell because your equity is low because of the margin loans. And you didn't put it in from cash that you had, but you put it in from the cash that you borrowed from the loan. Now we got a melee. Everybody understand what's going on? Y'all said, dang. It's kind of like the perfect storm, to be honest. It's kind of like the perfect storm. Now, I think I can pull this up and show y'all over here on YouTube and Facebook, and I can show y'all on TikTok. On Instagram, I don't have a way to show y'all this. I'm sorry, but y'all can go and look up. the VIX, okay? And the reason this is important because I was already telling y'all about the indicators that were happening in the market, right? I was telling y'all that we kept seeing all these physical store closings in the United States. I kept telling y'all I was seeing people online being laid off out of these tech companies and stuff like that. And they're like, I'm applying for 100 jobs, 200. I've applied for over 300 jobs. I'm not getting any callbacks. If you go and look on the registry, you look at that jobs report. According to the jobs report, there's like over 8 million jobs open right now in the US, but these companies are not hiring people, right? Remember, I told you the 114,000 jobs that were put into the market. Those came from the government. So government like infrastructure, different grants that they're putting into different cities, initiatives, stuff like that, actual people getting actual jobs with the government. Y'all know Uncle Joe over there trying to expand the IRS, you know. Ain't nobody perfect, but baby, you understand what I'm saying. You said you can't find a job because you keep getting laid off. Keep going, keep praying. God is gonna get something worked out for you, even if you got to start doing something on the side yourself. But there's a will, there's a way, okay? But the store started closing. I started looking at all these jobs being listed and people not being hired. The repos are up. That's always an indicator. I don't care what anybody says. Okay. The vehicle sales are slow. Have y'all not noticed like car lots are like just filled with cars? They're having a hard time moving vehicles, and they've started giving people insane deals to purchase these cars, like nutso stuff. That nutso stuff. They have given crazy deals at this point for people to purchase a car. It's because the car sales are slow. Okay. Home sales are slower. People stop buying. Also, have y'all not noticed an uptick of people getting on the internet talking about how they can no longer afford their home? They bought this home 3 years ago or 4 years ago, and because like their taxes have gone up so much, because the insurance has gone up so much, all of a sudden they had a house that they can afford, and now they can't afford their homes. Right, doesn't say it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people you're going to notice. They're going to start, and if you can, I think it's smart. I don't think it's anything wrong with it. But you may need to move back home. You may need to get a roommate. This may be a time for like familial or generational housing where people are living together. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a buck. Okay, this baby, you may. I read a report yesterday and it was talking about how Americans, like there's a severe decline in Uber, Instacart, DoorDash, all of those types of services like that, they're declining because the cost of them is so high. And American people are saying, hey, like this is not working for me. Then there's also this report that's called the Hamburger Index. And so they pay attention to McDonald's and how stable McDonald's sales are. And even their sales have declined, right? So y'all are noticing that McDonald's is going to start bringing back like the dollar menu, the $5 menu, stuff like that. All of these are signs of a softening economy. And if I'm being honest, I think the Fed, baby, y'all know how I feel about Jerome over there. The Fed I personally think they waited too late to start lowering the interest rates. Now they're going to lower them, which is good news for some of you guys that are looking to purchase a home. It's probably going to become a lot easier for you to purchase a home like this fall or at the top of next year. And normally they will move down like 25 basis points. They're going to be drastic. They may even do like 3.25 at this point because they need to try and stimulate the economy again. Okay. So hold on. Let me pull this up. I want y'all to see this VIX report. Y'all give me a second. I'm sorry. I should have been more prepared. I should have, but I'm not. Bear with me. You know, people have like producers and stuff. I don't have a producer. It's just me by myself, baby, over here running my little show. But I think I do a good job. You don't need all that. You do not need all that, okay? Okay, you don't need all that. Okay, hold on. Now, y'all just got to listen to me over here on Instagram because Instagram, I don't have the ability to share my screen the way that I can over here in TikTok land. Green screen. Okay, y'all, I'm going to make myself small because I really don't matter. Let's see. This is our VIX where it's close. Dang, it's got the screen cut off. Hold on, let me pull up another graph for y'all because the screen is cut off on that one. Okay. This is a little ahead. I wanted to see one where y'all could see compared to 2020, compared to what the VIX was looking like today at the close. See, that's a 5-year that I pulled for y'all. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right. So what you're looking at is a VIX index, okay? And what the VIX index basically tracks is volatility in a market, or a lot of people will call it like a fear index, right? So if people feel like our market is stable or not. And so you can see the years below, you see 05, you see 2010, you see 15, and then you see 2020, okay? Now, right before 2010, y'all see that gigantic spike? Hold on, let me put it over here on 5 years for y'all. Okay, y'all see this giant spike over here? Guess what that was? That was the housing boom. That right? Y'all remember when the housing bubble burst? Shout out to everybody that's a millennial. I'm in that category. This is all of us that were going to college and we were getting out of school and we had no jobs. You got to Google, Curly. You have to Google it, or to come to my TikTok or my YouTube. They can see it. I guess I could try to use OBS or something like that on Instagram, but I don't have the ability to share my screen like that over here on the gram. But I can share it everywhere else. So if you want, you can either Google it and you can pull up the VIX index and you'll be able to pull it up if you just Google VIX. Or you can put in CBOE VIX and it'll pull up. Or like I said, you can come and join us over here on TikTok or YouTube and you'll be able to see it. Well, we're all seeing, okay? So when you get to 2020, what is that right there? It's a giant spike in the VIX. What happened during that? That was when the vid happened. And what happened? The economy stopped, okay? Y'all can't see it on my screen on TikTok, but this particular chart of the VIX goes all the way back into like 1990. You can see around 1994, there's another big spike. Guess what that was? That was the tech bubble burst. Okay. So this morning when we woke up, the VIX was up higher. It was up high, like COVID level high as of this morning. It closed down at 38.57% today. Okay. But that's still up. That's still up, okay? Not up as high as it was this morning, but that basically is an indicator that we're on the brink of an economic crash, okay? That I ain't no like straight no chaser. That is what that means, okay? That's what we're looking at. So for any of you guys, if you're wondering what some of these graphs are when they're putting them up on the news or when they're showing them on television, so you can see right here between like the slowdown in China, what's happening with the US debt and the downgrade, right? Once we get around 2010. But you can see right there at the top, the financial crisis. Y'all see how high that VIX is? You can see you can see the vid in 2020. Look how high the VIX is. Okay. Then you go look at today and look at how high the VIX is. So long story long, I'm trying to tell y'all that we got a problem, but this doesn't mean that it's time for you to get afraid. This means that it's time for you to take action. So realistically, things that I feel like everyone needs to be doing, and some of y'all are going to listen to me and some of y'all are not. This is a really good time to have a side hustle or a business. And there's either two, there's not an in between. Either you sell inferior goods or you sell luxury goods. And if you're selling luxury goods, you better have a market of people that you can luxuriate to. And the reason I'm saying this is because literally people that have money, even in times of economic downturn, they still spend. And I'm not talking about somebody that buys like a $200 or $300 Coach purse. Nothing wrong with Coach. I like Coach too. Okay. No, you're gonna that's like beginner basis luxury, or I would say like middle class, right? So if you're buying your Coach and your Michael Kors and your Kate Spade and stuff like that, that economic class, because you get the middle class, you have to look at what's going on. They're going to slow up on that type of spending. Okay. Now, people that are out here buying $800 shoes and $2,000 shoes and $10,000 bags, baby, what recession? Okay. The rich do get richer because a lot of times they have the liquidity. Because remember, I told y'all we're in a liquidity squeeze when we started this. Okay. A lot of times because they're inside of that space. Okay. They have the excess money to sit and watch the stocks plummet and pop into them. Okay. The second thing that you're going to do, you said inferior goods. It doesn't necessarily have to be an inferior good, but we will say inferior pricing. I told y'all this last year. I was very open with y'all. Have y'all not noticed how I've changed my business model? Y'all haven't noticed I've been pushing more of y'all to go into monetization nation now because it's more cost effective for y'all. Y'all haven't noticed how we permanently extended Instacoin to a year. So that way it's affordable, because it basically breaks down to a few $100s a month for y'all to be in a mentorship with me, instead of people spending like, having payment plans that are like $4,000, $5,000 every month to be like, boom, just come in for the whole entire year to make it more accessible. Y'all haven't noticed, like, even whenever we're doing mentorships and programs, we break them down instead of forcing you to come. For instance, we got a small account, big brand challenge, right? You should be paying $1,297 to come into that challenge. What I did is I took the challenge and put it into parts. So if you wanted to add the study hall, you can add the study hall. If you wanted to add the replays, you can add the replays, or you could come in just for the base trainings. Why did I do that? Because it makes it more affordable for people. I have a brand new product. I was supposed to introduce it today, but all of this happened, so we'll introduce it tomorrow. But it's the $1 Million Lunch Kit. It's crazy. It's like it has like $5,000-$6,000 worth of training in it. I'm talking about nuts. I dropped it down to I had put it down to $9.97 after I woke up and saw the markets this morning. I said, "Oh, we're going to make it $1.97." to make it very affordable for people to be able to grab that. So technically, like, that's one of the products, like, if you guys are purchasing that, if any of you guys come into the Small Accounts Big Brand Challenge tonight, because technically it's buy time now, we will get you registered to win one of the luxury bags. But even myself in my own business market, like, if y'all notice, I understand my audience. The majority of my audience aren't wealthy people. You know what I'm saying? That y'all gonna be wealthy. You keep fooling with me. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of y'all, when y'all come to me, y'all are making millions of dollars already. A lot of y'all, we have to really work to help you find money for your marketing. I have to really work with y'all on your mindset to get you to invest money into a class or a course. We have to really work on y'all to, like, baby, some of y'all, I got to pep talk y'all for an hour to get y'all to spend $40 a month on your email automation. You said, Ashley, I will never forget making $14K in one day because of you. I'm forever grateful. Hey, Maggie, what's going on, love? Hey, girl, hey. Look, let me slide that down and get a picture. Come on, receipts. But y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, this is a real thing. Like, you have to be able to adjust. And so most of y'all, there's money to be made. Okay, there's money to be made. How can you join? If you click the link in the bio, tap the second button, it'll take you over to the small account. It'll take you to the small account Big Brands boot camp. And that's another thing. A lot of these influencers and celebrities, they have become accustomed to certain pay scale, and they, for whatever reason, do not understand that the economy has shifted right now. And so they're turning down jobs because they're like, you got to know your worth. You got to know your worth. Baby, the money is drying up right now. I've told y'all before, your job, your product, your offer has nothing to do with your worth. That is the worth of the service, not the worth of you as a human being. And people like me understand what's going on. So guess what? I'm going to keep getting checks. I refuse, as hard as I've worked to build everything that I've built, to let my ego be the downfall of everything because I'm over here, I'm this, I'm that. No, baby, I'm looking at the economy and what's going on. You have to understand your market. You have to understand your audience. So the beautiful thing about that is that's a lot of opportunity, though, for y'all. As people are turning down jobs, as people are leaving money on the table because people want to keep their prices sky high. And let me tell you the truth, there's very few people that are actually servicing a luxury audience. Very few. Most content creators, most online personalities, most small business owners, we do business with regular consumers. We do business with middle class, maybe upper middle class people. We may do some people with working class, right? We're doing business with them. So therefore, most of my clients that are coming to me, they don't have $200,000 to pay me to come in and build their whole entire business. right? And I understand this. So literally, you start to shift your models, you start to shift your payment plans, you start to shift the accessibility, you figure out how you adjust to your audience so that you can continue to keep the lights on, right? And then on top of that, maybe even bring in some newer people. So me personally, I don't have a problem with bringing people in, helping you guys make money, and then rotating you up into some of my larger products and programs. And this is what I'm encouraging a lot of you guys to do. If you have a brick and mortar, you got a restaurant, you got a food truck, you may need to start having a special day of the week where you have like a $5 special or a $10 meal or something. If you do personal services, like maybe you do pedicures, manicures, you do lash extensions, you do brows, you may need to put together some bundles. You may need to have a special, day of the month, like anybody that books this day, if you book this day, you come in and get your brows done, I'll wax your lip for free, or you come and get your legs waxed, I'll do your underarm for free. We'll do free designs, or I'll do a free basic set, or Gel-X or whatever at this price point. And people don't want to hear this, but this is the truth. It doesn't sound sexy. It does, like y'all would love for me to get up on the screen and tell y'all, baby, it doesn't matter what the economy says. It only matters what God says. And God says you're worth. Stop that. God did not say be an idiot. Jesus was an entrepreneur. God knows we live on a planet of commerce and transactions. But see, y'all want to hear all that foolishness so that way so then I can run your pockets for a few $1,000s and have you out here looking crazy. Because what I'm saying right now doesn't sound sexy, but what I'm saying is the reality, and what I'm saying is how you keep a business and stay in business during a soft economy. What I'm telling you right now is how you start a business during a soft economy, because I started my business in the recession. This is how you start a business, create additional revenue stream for yourself. So if that job lays you off, you're not over here saying, Lord, what am I going to do? Well, now it's time to get in sport mode and kick up my own thing, right? So that we can bring more people in. Like this is the reality of the situation. Second thing that's going to be really good right now for people, because they are going to lower the interest rates, because they are going to have a plethora of apartments and rentals on the market, because there's going to be a plethora of houses on the market, we should start to see rent prices fall. We should start to see rent prices fall. So that's a very good thing, because y'all know a lot of these rents are getting out of control. Almost everybody I've talked to, their landlords are going up on the rent every single lease renewal. You're going to have a lot of that foolishness stop. And you know why it's about to stop? I'm telling y'all, watch, you're about to see a lot of like more roommates. You're about to see a lot of friends and family members moving in with each other, right? I mean, because you need to do what you need to do right now, because this is crazy. Like the rents are out of control that I've been seeing. I'm like, Lord have mercy. How do they expect people just want to live in a decent neighborhood that's safe? Okay. Most people just want to live in a decent neighborhood that's safe. But most people are not out here trying to live in a mansion. Most people are not trying to be out here jet setting. They want to live somewhere where they don't want to have to worry about violence. They want to live somewhere where they don't have to worry about a leaky roof, you know what I'm saying, and mildew in the ceilings. They want to be able to live somewhere that's peaceful, where they can wake up every day, you know what I'm saying, and live their life. Most people not out here trying to drive like the newest car. Everybody not trying to be on Beamer, Benz, and Bentley. Most people want a car that's reliable, that the heat works, the air works, the brake works, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got to pull over every 10 minutes because the engine running hot. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like so you're going to start to see that. You're also going to start to see a decrease in the prices of regular services like Uber, Instacart, DoorDash, Lyft, those sorts of types of things, because the people are not purchasing no more. They said, baby, no, 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 and no. They said, who you think you playing with? Not us. So the people are not purchasing anymore, right? So you're going to start to see them rolling out coupons. You're going to start to see them getting texts and DMs where they're saying, oh, come back to us, or we'll give you $10 off, or we'll give you free delivery. We'll give you, this is a flash sale. We'll give you free rides, those sorts of types of things. So that's the good thing. You're also going to start to see, though, an uptick in inferior goods. So this is where you're going to see people buying more lunch meat, more top ramen, chicken thighs, more rice. Okay, shout out to everybody who know how to cook. and how to grocery shop. Shout out to us, okay? You're going to start seeing more bulk shopping, which, right, honestly, because people are going to have to figure out, like, how are we going to make a living? We also will probably see a decrease in the gas prices, which will be really, really good. I know one of the things too that I know that we're going to be seeing a shift in is when we get into loans. They are going to start to get a little bit more stricter on the loans. Okay, they're going to start to get a little bit more strict on the loans. So this means you need to be working on your credit. If your credit is shady right now, your credit a little shaky. Okay, baby, it's okay, but you got to, if you're trying to purchase a home, if that's a goal that you have for yourself in the next year and a half, the next 6 months, baby, get that credit right, start paying down those cards. Another negative is, I'm telling y'all about the positive, a negative effect of this, you're going to start to see your credit cards being lowered. All of a sudden, have y'all, I don't know if y'all experienced this. Like I said, I'm not finna sit here in front. Like I just never used to have any financial problems. Definitely have, okay? So one of the things, hey, Miss Bonita, one of the things that you're going to see is, for example, let's say you have a credit card and it has a $5,000 limit and you pay that card down to, I don't know, $3,800. You're going to see them lower the limit down to $4,000. You're going to start to see letters coming in the mail of them saying, oh, we checked this and we checked that, or we did a random scan and, we're adjusting your spending limit. Okay. Just a heads up. I don't want anybody to be like taken aback. Okay. You're going to start to see those types. Hey, Miss Selena, you're going to start to see those types of things happening as well. Okay. So just so you can be prepared, but this is what this looks like for day to day life. Okay. And then some things that people feel like there's more of a demand for, you're going to see the price go up. You said, Bell already did that to me, cancel my whole card. Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. You're going to start to see more and more services. And this it's, I'm telling y'all, because if you know what to expect, you know how to strategize. And when these things happen, you're not going to be shocked and you won't be afraid, right? So if you already know what's coming at you, then you know how to put together a plan to prepare for it, right? Which is much different than going in blind and you wake up one day and you barely can keep it together. You said my 10K got lowered to a 5K limit. Okay, thank you for everybody to sharing this, for co-signing. Yeah, I just want people to understand like what's happening and what you're going to see, and more importantly, how it's going to affect you in your day-to-day life, right? Because this is something people don't talk about. Now, another tremendous opportunity outside of being able to buy property or a home, if you do have expendable income. So let's say you got your 9 to 5, you following my advice, you come into the small accounts big brand challenge. So now you're making an extra $2,000 or $3,000 a month getting this UGC content and these brand deals, right? Well, now the next thing that you're going to have the ability to do, because people are selling like crazy, the prices of these stocks are going to drop and drop and drop and drop. So now you have an opportunity to purchase. And this is not, you're not a swing trader. This is long-term investments. You're going to purchase and you're going to ride it back up. Okay. This is not like, oh, I bought this. And then you're like 2 weeks later, like, oh my God, you know what I mean? I had a 9% return, not this. This is, you're purchasing it while it's bottom basement low, and you're going to hold on to it. And then it may be something that you liquidate or that you use to borrow against, I don't know, could be 5 or 6 years from now. How do you go about clearing your debt within your means? Your question went by too fast. Hold on, let me scroll back up. Y'all, and we can let's roll into Q&A, because I know y'all heard my little alarm go off. I'm trying to be diligent about my bedtime. Hold on, y'all. If y'all got a question, y'all can either type it in the chat, or you can pull up and you can jump in the queue. Either way, whatever makes you feel good. And you guys, do not forget, click the link in the bio, tap the first button to see the new product, and you can tap the second button to come into the small accounts big brands challenge. Any of you guys that are coming into the challenge, please keep in mind you need to join before 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight, because that my dearies, is when the price doubles. Hey, Swim, what you got for me, baby doll?
Hey, good evening.
Good evening.
I came in late, but my main question is we're buying straight stocks, right? I know you said it's not like a swing trade, which is more options. So it's just a straight stock when it gets low enough.
Or index funds, you'll see a lot. You're going to see a lot of them falling because basically people are going to be forced to sell right now, and they're going to be able to force to sell at any price. And so it's just a regular law of supply and demand. When there's a lot in the market, that means if there's an overflow in the market, you don't have enough demand to meet it. That means the price is going to go down. So even any of you guys that do crypto, expect to see it to continue to drop a little bit more, and then the market will stabilize, and then you'll start seeing it go back up. And also, you're going to have a lot of people who, they're very emotional and they are getting afraid with seeing all the volatility in the market right now. Those people are going to be selling like crazy too to get out.
Okay, I need to get my TradingView account back so I can like start charting and stuff to see like how low it could potentially go.
Yeah. Let's see. You say, yep, I have a 9 to 5, a side hustle. The side hustle lowered my cap on how much I can invoice for. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. If I miss your question, just spam it. I'll catch it. I'll catch it. I'm just looking at multiple screens at one time. Let's see. You said car was repoed in April. Credit Union of Denver. I'm not fans of credit unions like that. I know people like them a lot, but um, they're not for me. they're not for me. They're not. I would rather deal with a smaller local bank than a credit union. That's just me personally. Hey, Ria, what's up, girl?
Hey, how y'all doing? Shout out to the kingdom. What's up, y'all?
And we out here making it. Let's see. She said, how do you go about paying off your debt within your means that you can afford with these debt creditors? I want to start fixing my credit. So there's a couple of things that you can do. Normally, the first thing that I ask people to do, let's see, you can receive questions. Oh, I can't show the question on the screen because the badges are on. Thank you for everyone who's picking up badges for me. But basically, the first thing I would tell you to do is get you either a notebook or an Excel spreadsheet, and you're going to write down, like, you're going to list all of the debt that you have. And you're going to write down the due dates of your debt, and you're going to write down the amounts that you have to pay. Then on another column, you're going to write down every piece of money that you have that's coming in, and you're going to write down the dates of what's coming in. Now, some of that debt you will be able to consolidate, which is going to be great for you because it's going to give you one easy payment. And I'm not talking about like a consolidation loan. Like some banks, they will let you like transfer debt from one card to another. So a lot of times, if you have space, you can bump them together. So now you just have one payment. Normally, you want to move them to the card that has the lower interest rates. That's normally the benefit of doing that. Also, with different cards, if you are having an economic challenge, you can call and say, hey, I have an economic hardship right now. Is there a program that I can enroll in? And a lot of times they will freeze your payment. So maybe it's just like interest only, or they may cut down or reduce, put you in a special program where the interest is less. So then you can take advantage of paying, over the interest with the principal so you can get it paid down faster in that 6 months or 12 months that's there. The next thing too that you can do that's going to be very, very helpful to you as far as paying your debt down inside of your budget is you pick your order of your cards that you want to attack, right? So you may do barely over the minimum on the 3 over here, but on that other one, you may start doing additional on that principal so that way you can cut it down faster. Also, if you can swing it where you can start doing, you just need to be one payment ahead so that way it keeps the interest from accruing as fast. That's a really easy way to get stuff paid down way faster too. So like technically if you're one payment ahead on your mortgage, you literally can get your mortgage cut down. Instead of it being 30 years, you can get it paid off in 12 to 15 years just by doing that extra payment because you're able to beat the interest. So that's normally where I will start. Also, if you look at your cash flow and it's off, off when you look at the money that's coming in compared to the money that's going out, you can call the card companies and see if they will allow you to change your payment date, because a lot of times you can pay down stuff faster too, just with the date that the payments are lined up on. So that's probably where I would start at.
Hey, family, I know you had said something early when I came in. You was talking about if you're selling like two things. I know you said if you were selling luxury items, and what was the other one?
Luxury items and items that are like in an inferior price point. Just because it's more accessible to people, and it's common sense. If stuff is getting hard, if there's like job insecurity, and things like that, then people absolutely positively, they're going to be a little bit smarter with their money, right? Most Americans don't have additional money laying around to invest with, right? That's one of the reasons why I tell y'all to come into my programs or get you like a side hustle, because even if we can get you to where you're making an extra $1,500 a month, right? And you're taking $1,000 of that month to help with your living expenses, but now you got $500 to put into an index fund or IUL, that is going to pay off tremendously for you when you get older, especially people that are in their 20s and their early 30s right now. Now you're in your late 30s, your 40s, you got to put in more than $500 a month. You playing catch up, you know what I'm saying? So you are going to have to see if you can find a way to put in $2,000 or $2,500 a month. But realistically, even, a lot of my clients, when they come to me, do I have people that make millions of dollars? Absolutely. But most of my clients that come to me, when we get them to the point where they're making $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 extra a month, doing an hour or two, Monday through Friday extra work, and that's bringing you in an extra an extra $60,000 in a year. Again, that's literally life changing, because now you can purchase a different home, you can get land, you can have the money to invest in stocks, you can pay down your debt sooner, you can go on vacations and stuff like that. And so people spend so much time online. That's one of the reasons I'm such a big advocate for like digital, programs and products and digital services. And of course, I help people with traditional services and businesses as well, right? But that's one of the reasons I'm like such a big cheerleader for it. And then even if you have a physical product, you're going to spend way less marketing your business online than you ever will with traditional marketing when it comes to like, radio and print ads and TV ads and stuff like that. And some of you guys with physical products, it may be time for y'all to consider, maybe shifting like a new packaging design. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can offer it at a lower price to clients, but still be profitable. Like you got to figure out, if you got products that are sitting there and people don't really buy them, this may be a good opportunity to bundle them, so that way you can turn clients on to something new for you. You said, will this be good for a beginner with no following? Yes, Jackie. Yes, it will. Because we definitely will be showing you guys how to build up. And the reason I say yes, it'll be good for someone with no following too, because a lot of people, when they get inside of the program, they're going to see that they have to build a brand new page from scratch. So if you're building a new page, it's not going to have a following either. I got a brand new faceless page that I'm making with no following. So yeah. I have a digital product, a woman's devotional. How do I pivot from my content creation to start selling it? What do you mean? You should be working it into your content creation. Why would you need to pivot away to sell it? Help me understand. Thank you for my potato in Paris at the Cart Beauty. That was cute. that was adorable. Thank you for my potato in Paris, ma'am. But yeah, why would you need to pivot away from something to sell a devotional? I would imagine if you have a devotional that your content is probably already in line with that. So I would just start working that into, that devotional into my regular content plan, so that way I can sell it. You got a quick question? Ask it. You said you guess you're overthinking. You might be, because it's not hard. Now, if you want to click the link in the bio, tap the first button. Anybody that purchases a power session this week or next week, you go into the drawing for the Chanel bag. And so if you want me to help you put together a custom posting cycle, help you figure out your branding and your positioning and what that looks like and what your funnel needs to look like to get people to transition to purchase the devotional, that would be a good utilization of a power session for that. For sure, for sure. I wanted to start a lifestyle brand and I ended up getting a certificate as an event planner. Can I merge these two? Yeah, I mean, you can technically use lifestyle marketing for anything. And there are lots of event people that definitely market. Oh, y'all, we got a troll. We got a troll who wants to try. And I'm not sure if you're racist or if you're a body shamer or if you're both. Everybody give Tanner Riddle some attention. Tanner Riddle wants some attention. Tanner Riddle says that I look like Respucia. So that's why I say I'm not sure if it's racist, because definitely we're not the same color, not the same size, not the same hairline, not the same face shape. So I'm assuming that it's probably a body shaming thing and also a racist thing. Congratulations, Tanner. You're an asshole, and you just let everyone know. Everybody, let's clap for Tanner the asshole. Woo! Let's clap for Tanner the loser. Woo! Let's clap for Tanner, who has to slide around on random women's pages trying to berate them and make them feel belittled, even though they're here pouring into their community and helping other people gain stability in scary times. Woo! Let's give it up for Tanner, who has no self-esteem and no life because he has to get on the internet trolling random women. Woo! Let's give it up for Tanner, who probably wouldn't, whose home mama probably doesn't talk to him, so he's starved for attention from the opposite sex. Woo! Everybody, let's give it up for Tanner. Okay, Tanner, who's my number one fan, who has to sit in the crowd on Instagram watching me because no one is in Tanner's room watching them. Woo! All right, Tanner, now that you've gotten your attention, I hope that you feel great about yourself and that you feel important. All right, y'all, what other questions we got? Child, baby, trying to troll me. I troll trolls for a living, and I just took it easy on you. We all know that Tanner is a loser. Tanner is a loser. That's the only way Tanner can get women to pay attention to him. Can you tell us more about the brand course you have available? What would you like to know about it? What would you like to know about it? I give you in general, and then you can give me a specific question. I did take it easy. I know I'm growth. So basically, small accounts, big brands is for it's for anybody that wants to work with brands. But I'm specifically trying to help people that have 10,000 followers or less, because a lot of them think that brands don't want to work with them. And there's so much money and opportunity to be made with UGC content creation. You also can make a lot of money through reviews. You also can make a fair amount of money through actually creating content for the brands and posting them on your pages and your accounts as well. So we're going to go through the process of how to get your page set up, how to create brand-friendly, attractive content, how to get on PR lists, how to get invited to in-person events like content creator events. We're going to take you guys through the process as well. How to get your followers. I'm going to give you the marketplaces that you need to be on, so you don't have to negotiate, because some of us pitch, but some people don't like to pitch. It makes them uncomfortable. And a lot of people don't know this, but there are actually marketplaces on there. You don't have to pitch anything. They're just like, we'll pay you $200 to post this. We'll pay you $15 to take a picture of our product. We'll do this. This is like, it's just there. They'll just tell you this is what it is. So we're going to show you what marketplaces you need to be listed on, and then how to do like your actual assets. And then we're also going to give you the list of tools that you need to be able to create content, to be able to track, and to be able to keep up with your jobs. And then more importantly, we're going to show you how to use the apps, because a lot of people will say, oh, use this app, but they don't really show you how to use it. So we're going to show you how to use the apps. And then also by the time you get out of there, you'll have a portfolio built. So yeah, that's we're doing a lot in there. And we meet every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, starting on the 14th. So yeah, I had to create a new page to focus on my DIY content. I'm really interested, but the money hasn't started. I've gotten Bear Williams, Sonoma, and Origin Skincare to respond, but I don't quite know how to pivot. Why would you need to pivot if you've gotten them to respond? I'm confused. I'm missing something with what you're sharing with me. I'm missing something. Hey, working girl. I'm sorry I didn't see you. It's a column on my TikTok that's behind my iPad that I'm on Instagram with. I didn't notice that you were up. What you got for me, doll? Sorry about that. If you're speaking, working girl, you're on mute. And anybody that wants to join the Small Accounts Big Brand Bootcamp, click the link in the bio, second button. If we're unable to catch the boot camp, will another one be later? Will another be available later this time? No. When I do my boot camps and when I do my mentorships and stuff like that, they're contingent upon like my actual schedule in my life between my clients and business and stuff like that. So a lot of times if you miss it, like what's the boot camp we just did, y'all? We did a TikTok boot camp. When we finished up that one, everybody's like, "Oh, I'm coming to the next one." I was like, "You got to wait a year, or 2 years." And then I did what was the boot camp that we did, and I hadn't did that in like 2 years. Like a lot of my boot camps or my mentorships, they rotate based upon my schedule. So no, there won't be if there's another one, it won't be into next year. It won't be another one this year. You said they offered to share, but no partnership. Well, if you don't want to come to the boot camp, I would tell you to click the link in the bio and maybe book a power session. And we could look at your emails, your offers, what's going on with your negotiations, your contracts. I don't know what your deliverables are. And I'm not really sure what you reached out to them and what you told them for them to respond that way. So I'm not sure. It's hard for me to say without seeing your stuff.
Hey, Tim, and I'm just going back in the comments and looking at a couple of questions from before Tanner rudely interrupted. Jared Valdez asked, bankruptcy for $25K in debt from car loans, Kohl's, Best Buy, and other credit cards. Is it worth it to go bankrupt for $25K and $85K with student loans?
I don't know because I don't know enough about like his actual financial plans for the future. I don't know what he wants to purchase. I don't know what he owns right now. I don't know, if the creditors are willing to work with him or not. So I'm not sure. I would advise him to speak with a financial advisor though, because they're going to sit down and look at his whole entire situation. Or if he reaches out to a bankruptcy attorney, they're going to look at the whole entire, of like what he owes, what type of reorganization can be done. And then realistically, he'll have to figure out for himself if that's the path for him. So for instance, like if he knows he wants to buy a house, maybe like in a year and a half, then that may not be the option, right? But if he's in a place where he's comfortable and he's like, no, I'm comfortable with what I have right now, and I'm happy to stay here for a while, because once he files the bankruptcy, right, there's the immediate relief of the pressure of all of that debt being on you, right? And now you have the opportunity to rebuild fresh. But some people, they're like, I can thug it out, and I can make it happen over a year or 2 years of lean living and hard work. And, so that way there are other things that they can pursue. So it's hard for me to answer questions like that about people's finances, because I don't know enough about your financial situation to say like, yes, this is what we should do or what you shouldn't do.
Okay, and then there's one more. Thank you, Feminine. Successor asked, how would you approach someone recently unemployed, mama for bilingual, no lies, I guess?
I mean, if you bilingual, you have an easy time getting a job. I would be online getting a work from home job as a translator, or they have jobs for bilingual people too, to like teach other people how to speak English, how to teach other students. I'm not sure what the other language is, but how to teach. If you're bilingual, you can go back and forth as just to help someone else learn the language. I see those jobs all the time. Also, court translators, they're always looking for jobs for those people too. Also, even working like in the general public with like the utility company and stuff like that. So if I'm bilingual and I'm a mom, I probably want to work from home. Is probably what I want to do if it was me in an ideal situation, because four children seems very like a lot of work to me. I could only imagine, but I would probably be looking for something where I could work from home. So that's what I would be doing.
And again, you guys, if she didn't get to your question, it wasn't unintentional. It's just she's running several screens here. So again, just put your question in the comment again. And if she don't see it, and we have some mods in here, we'll try to pin it and get your question addressed. And again, the box is open. If you have any questions that you want to ask, you can ask a...
Well, actually, no, the box is about to be closed because it's 10:30.
Hurry up and do what you're going to do. But again, there's no question that's, that you can't ask. It's not a stupid question, because like I said, we all want to learn, and we all trying to get prepared and ready for what's going to happen tomorrow. So again, like I said, put your question in the comment or, do whatever. Shout out to the kingdom.
He said, do you recommend going to a bank financial advisor or someone who doesn't work in the banks? I heard that they can be deceitful. I would tell you to, her name is Mika Finance. I don't think she's on here right now tonight, but she is an actual financial advisor. She has helped several people in the kingdom. Okay. Don't be over there trying to use her. Okay. Run her coins, but her price is really reasonable. She's way less. She's way less than most people. And she's really, really good at putting together. Hey, Rochelle. Hey, girl. Hey. She's really, really good at putting together plans for people. And then she's really great too because she's a CPA, so she can help you on the tax side as well, as far as saving and getting your deductions on there. But her name is Mika Finance. So I would, if I were you, that's who I would recommend, because I know her and I know she's a trustworthy person. I don't know about, whoever else at the bank and stuff. But her name is Mika Finance. She's on Instagram and she's on TikTok. Yeah, she's very reasonable, and she can help you put together like a day-to-day financial plan for yourself. She does financial planning. She helps with taxes. She does bookkeeping for small business owners and stuff like that too. But she's very well versed in finances. Does it matter that you live in Canada? I don't think so. I don't think when it comes to like your financial plan and your day to day, it doesn't matter where you live. The money you have coming in, compared to the money you got going out, it is what it is. Rose Goddess says she helps with budgeting. Yeah, she sure does. She helps with budgeting. She sure does. She sure does. Her name is Mika Finance. Yeah, do what Kelly said. Kelly said, click the link in my bio to register. If you're trying to register for the small account, big brand bootcamp, that's the second button. If you're trying to purchase something to help you in business to get you eligible for winning a Chanel bag, that's the first button. And like I said, we'll talk about the giveaway probably tomorrow. It was just a lot going on. I was like, we need to address this first, and then we can talk about the giveaway tomorrow. But I'll give y'all the quick rundown on the giveaway. So basically, I try and do customer appreciation events periodically, and we haven't done one in a while. And there were several of you guys that were like, oh my God, I would love to, own a luxury item. And I was like, I think we can make that happen. So long story long, we're having a Secure the Bag campaign, and it's for customer appreciation. And so basically, if you click the link in my bio and tap the first button, there are 6 products, okay, that are there. I put the planners and I put everything on sale. So a lot of y'all been wanting the profit planners, the 365 marketing guide. Hey Vogue, what's going on, girl? Those are on sale. The Planner Duo is on sale. I would also recommend you getting the Millionaire Notebook set if you get the planners, okay? Kingdom Essentials, normally $4,000, is marked down to $197. Let's see, y'all know I never ever put my one-to-one sessions on sale, but you can get a power session. It's like $300 off. I don't ever do it. I'm probably only gonna have that up for 10 people because y'all not gonna wear me out. So that's there. And then I have a brand new product. It's called the $1 Million Lunch Kit. And the training is bananas in it. It has an intensive bird's eye breakdown with like on the whiteboard as far as like business. It has probably like 6 or 7 modules. It has tutorials in it to help you build your opt-in pages, your email list, the back end of your funnels. It has pricing templates so you know how to price your products. It has digital branding 101 workshop in it so you can figure out what your brand packaging, your persona is going to be, what that needs to look like for you in the digital space. It also has inside of it a marketing plan. Like it has a 30 to 45 day lunch schedule in it, and it tells you what to do every day. And then it actually has a marketing plan that's on the back end. So after you get done with your lunch, you can continue to make sales. And I think that marketing plan is like a 5-part or 6-part video series as well with the workbook. And it has a startup guide because some of you guys are just new to business. So it's a 51-page guide to get you started. So you have your paperwork and your business structure actually done right. So it's crazy. It should be like $5,000 and it's only $197. I was supposed to introduce it at $997, but when I saw what was going on in the markets today, I was like, well, you know what? I was like, a lot more people need it, so we're gonna bust that price down to $197 for right now as an intro. So at least for the next day or two, I'll keep it at $197 for sure. But yeah, and so anyway, as you guys purchase as a collective, you're going to secure a new bag. So right now, the first thing on the list is a Brahmin wallet, a beautiful Brahmin Sunset Ombre wallet. Then there's a Brahmin Finley Neverfull bag, which is the next bag you guys can secure. And then after the next level is the bag and the wallet together. And then the next level after that is a Gucci Ophelia bag. She's gorgeous. And then the next bag to secure after that is a Balenciaga Crocodile Villa bag. Baby, she is bad to the bone. The next bag to secure after that is a Lady Dior. Y'all know I love a good Lady Dior. She's in a blush matte pink, an ABC edition. Y'all know those are super expensive. That's a $7,000 bag. And then the Big Mama Shanae $10,000 bag is at the top tier. So you can see the scale on the page. So it's like 1,000, 2,500, 5,000, 50. And this is as a collective. So as you guys are shopping, I'll be keeping you guys updated on what bag you have unlocked. And then on top of the bags, we're also giving away a seat to Instacoin Academy, an email automation mapping session, and a custom marketing and lunch plan is going to be given away as well. So, and the giveaway is August 18th. So that's in 2 weeks. It'll be on Sunday, 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. So that's that. Hey, what's going on, Shay Bay, for you? What's going on, Love Muffin? How you doing? It sounds like a plan. Yes. Any other questions? Anybody got any other questions before we get out of here tonight? And I'm going to do my best to be on by, hold on, let me look, because I don't want to lie to y'all, because I'm determined to make it. Because we got KE cohort tomorrow. So I'm going to see if I can make it on by 3 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. Maybe 4. 4 o'clock may be better, because we got KE cohort tomorrow. So it'll have to be after. You said, listen, nobody else does this for their community. Oh, thank you, Rochelle. I miss you. I was thinking about you the other day. I need to send you something, Rochelle. I was just out of the blue. I was like, I need to send her some flowers or something. Can you rewatch this? If you are in my Monetization Nation, you absolutely can rewatch it. I have a vault, and so that's where all of my replays go to them. You sure can.
Hey, Ashley, I just have one announcement. So
Yeah.
I broke my main phone.
Oh, no.
While on vacation. And I'm going to get a new one tomorrow. So if y'all been sending me messages and calling me and whatnot, I'm not ignoring you. I literally don't see anything.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm glad you broke your phone and not yourself. How about that?
Right.
That is good to know. Thank you for letting us know.
Don't worry.
All right, y'all. Well, if that is it, I hope y'all understand the carry trade now. I hope y'all understand why the markets crashed. I hope y'all understand what is going on and how this is going to affect your dollars, okay, on a daily basis. I hope some of you guys have figured out, if you're coming into the small account big brand challenge, do that. You got like an hour and 20 minutes or so to sign up before the price doubles. Can you sign up tomorrow? Yes, but it will cost you $997 tomorrow. So why do that? Just come in today. If you can get the study hall, do that. If any of you guys want to book a one-to-one session with me, click the link in the bio, tap the first button. So that way, if you book through that link, you'll get the discount and you'll get an entry for a chance to win a Chanel bag. All right. You said the economy burnt you out. Girl, now it burnt you out. Good morning. Good evening.